Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Ferguson and I'm the crochet pattern designer of Two Brothers Blankets. So since tomorrow, September 2nd, is my birthday, and I've been doing this business, Two Brothers Blankets, for 10 years now. This year is my 10th year in business. I decided I'm going to do a little my crochet journey video and kind of share how I got into designing crochet patterns, share where I'm at now, and give you a few tips if maybe that's something you're interested in. So first off, before we get into all that, please, if you will, hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. And you can also click the bell in the top hand corner if you want notifications every time I upload a new video. I love to do videos like this, but also I do a ton of tutorials for both right and left-handed crocheters. Okay, let's get into my crochet journey. So when I first learned how to crochet, I was like 35 weeks pregnant with my second son. So I was 24 years old. I had a 2.5-year-old and was pregnant with my second son. And I decided, I had a friend who crocheted and had crocheted him some hats. And I was like, I could do this myself. I need something to do with my hands to keep me busy while I wait for this baby. Let me learn how to crochet. So I went to Walmart. I grabbed a big old skein of baby blue red heart super saver yarn. I remember it like it was yesterday. I grabbed a crochet hook off the hook part above at Walmart. And then I grabbed this little bitty tiny book. I don't even remember what it's called or where it is or anything about like how to crochet for beginners. So I came home. I'm pretty sure I learned from that book, like your basics, chain, single crochet, double crochet, all that. And then I started exploring and looking on the internet, and YouTube was one of the first things I found as far as crochet tutorials. I'm pretty sure one of the first hats I made was a Repeat Crafter Me hat from her site. It was like a free pattern on the site. And the thing is, I was left-handed, so I was learning everything the opposite way. And I think for the first hat, I put it on my son and didn't realize it, or didn't realize I was doing it. I had it inside out, like it was facing the wrong side. So being left-handed, because the way it curved, it was facing the wrong side. And so I didn't realize that till like months later. But anyways, that's how I learned how to crochet. My son was born in November of 2011. I don't think I picked up a crochet hook the whole next year. I had a toddler and a newborn, and it was chaos, and it was exhausting, and I don't think we slept much. And it was just, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to crochet. And then right around his first birthday, my youngest son's first birthday, I decided I wanted to try again. So I picked up my hook, and I think I crocheted him another hat and a scarf or something, some scarves or something. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And I quickly realized that I could read a pattern and understand it. And so I was like all about the patterns all of a sudden. And I just didn't stop. I just kept crocheting. I loved crocheting. It was so fun. It was such an outlet for me as a new mom to be able to have something that was just for me and that I could, give to people or whatever. So he was born in the end of 2011, didn't pick it back up till the beginning of 2012, or till the end of 2012 when he was 1. So around January of 2013, I was like, I love this so much. I want to sell my products, make stuff for people, and sell them on Etsy or something. So I started an Etsy shop and like registered my business. Two Brothers Blankets came from the boys, my two boys, two brothers. And then originally I was going to do baby blankets and blankets for Afghans for people. And that's what I was going to sell. So Two Brothers Blankets. It was catchy. It was cute. We were pretty sure we were done. We were with kids. So Two Brothers. So it stuck. So I had started my crochet business as Two Brothers Blankets on Etsy and registered in the state of Georgia. And I was so excited. And I had shared with everybody, made a Facebook page, all this. And quickly realized that doing custom orders was quite the feat. Like, it was a lot. And especially like because so many people wanted certain things, and I really didn't have the freedom to be creative and make what I felt like making or anything like that. So I did that for about a year, I think, while also, like just crocheting on my own, reading patterns, following all these crochet YouTube channels and designers and stuff. And I remember thinking, it's so funny that I remember thinking, I have no idea how these designers do this. Like, I could never be a crochet designer. I really remember thinking that. But fast forward another year, I'm taking orders. I'm doing, crocheting all the time with orders and with my own stuff that I want to make. And I found a shirt online it was a fabric shirt, but it had a crocheted look, or like a mesh look. It was kind of mesh. And I was like, I wonder if I could create a crochet version of that. And so I did. I took, what was it, Karen Simply Soft, I think, and I took one rectangle and another rectangle and sewed it together. And I think it was all V stitches. It's my Spring Breeze sweater blouse, so you can go look at it. It's all V stitches. And then I added sleeves like in the round, and I made a sweater. I made my own sweater from my own design, from my own idea. And I was like, whoa, I made a sweater. And so I'm like sharing in like a crochet group or something that I'm in. And everyone was like, you should write the pattern for that. I want the pattern for that. All this. So I did what I could. And I think I only wrote it in like small, medium, and large or something. Like I was like, I don't know how to grade. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I had a few of my friends that I had made online through crochet test it, and it worked. And I remember they were like, put it on Ravelry, you can set it for sale, da 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 da. So I had put it on Ravelry, like I set up my pro account and all that as a designer, and put it on Ravelry for sale, shared about it on my Facebook page that I had made for the custom orders for my Etsy shop, and it did really, really well. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is cool. And so from then on, I was just like, I love this. I want to design everything. I want to make everything. And so that's how I got into designing patterns. I was clueless, to be completely honest. I thankfully had a few friends that I had made like online through groups and stuff that were designing and gave me a lot of pointers. They pointed me to the Craft Yarn Council website, where it has the standard sizes and the abbreviations and all the things that you need to know as a designer and as a pattern writer. So pointed me in the right direction, helped me get things set up for like I said, Ravelry, and as a designer. And I started designing crochet patterns. And I think it was sometime in 2015, so 2 years later, about 1 year after I had designed the sweater, that I was like, you know what? I don't want to make custom orders anymore. I want to design crochet patterns, and that's what I want to do forever. So I stopped taking orders, custom orders on Etsy, and moved into full-time pattern designing. So that's how I got started with the pattern designing, and it hasn't stopped since. I'm still obsessed. I still love to crochet. I love to design. I got into designing sweaters and clothing and garments, and that's just been my thing ever since. I do blankets as well. I do hats and accessories, but clothing is where my heart is, and clothing is what I love to design, and I love the challenge of it. But what I really love is taking a sweater, designing a sweater that looks cute and modern and stylish and complex, and like something you would see hanging at the store in Macy's or somewhere else, hanging at a store, but it's really quite easy to make. I love like simple repeats, simple texture, just easy to do and make, but looks really good. So that's I love the challenge of that. Like, how simple can I make it, but it still doesn't look simple. It looks complex and stylish. So yeah, that's my Two Brothers Blankets journey, how I got into designing. I've told this story before, but in 2019, I almost quit. I had run my business really with Ravelry and Facebook for the longest. I did a little bit of Etsy, but I kind of gave up Etsy when I gave up the custom orders. It just wasn't as digital user friendly, and decided to focus on Ravelry. And I had Ravelry and I had my Facebook page. I didn't have an email list. I didn't have a website, nothing until later on. And then all of a sudden, in like 2017, the algorithms changed, things with Facebook changed, and all of a sudden, nobody was seeing my stuff. My sales dropped dramatically. It was really disheartening. And so I started a website, I started an email list, and I kind of worked on that. I tried learning different things. And I was beyond frustrated by 2019 that I was ready to just quit and give it up and go get a real job. And yeah, I was ready to quit. And then someone told me about Pam, the Crochetpreneur. So she is a crochet business coach, and she helps crochet business owners with their business and how to grow and scale and all the things. And so I was introduced to Pam in 2019. I joined her academy, and I saw my sales grow drastically. I went back to Etsy and optimized my Etsy and saw my sales like triple in Etsy. I have a whole blog post about that, and things just really started to look great. And I'm so thankful to Pam at that time, because I didn't quit. And so I'm still going, and now things are going wonderfully, and I still just love it. This is my full-time job now. My boys are in school. They do go to a hybrid school, so they're homeschooled 3 days a week, and they're home with me, but I'm still able to do my job here from home. There's a lot more moving parts now, I will say that, like YouTube, like a website and then a blog and tutorials. And it's not just like design a pattern, put it out there, design a pattern, put it out there. I've since published my first book, my first crochet pattern book, Crochet Makes for Men. I published that in March of this year, 2023, which is amazing. That's always been a goal of mine, to publish a book. I self-published it. You can find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online, I believe, and on my website you can grab the ebook. I'll link all that in the description. So I've been able to accomplish a lot of things. I've been able to work with yarn companies and do collaborations and all kinds of things, and it's just been a really, really wonderful experience. And I love my job. I absolutely love it. It's so fun. It's just amazing. And the thing is, so I remember I said that I never thought I could actually design. There's no way I could do that. How do they even know what stitch count for each size and this and that? And I just didn't know. But I will say there's so many great resources out there, especially now, even more so now than when I started, on how to grade a pattern, how to determine sizes, what sizes to make, all kinds of information. And so I think the best tips and advice I would have is to just use those resources to your advantage. There's courses now on how to design sweaters and how to crochet sweaters, and what you need to get started designing. And I have a friend, Christine from Ambassador Crochet. She just came out with a whole course that is teaches you how to be a crochet pattern designer, that gives you that information. So use the internet, use these courses and these resources that you have. If that's something you're interested in, if you find yourself making your own design, crocheting your own design, and you think, like, not using patterns but coming up with your own stuff, and you think, hey, maybe I could do this, you can literally make a living writing crochet patterns. Yes, there's standards. Yes, there's a lot of moving parts to it all, especially now with social media and internet and everything else. But it is something that you can do. So utilize those resources. I'll link Christine's course in the description, and just maybe some other things, websites and blog posts and stuff that I have found to be helpful. And give it a go. Like, it's so easy to do. You don't need any sort of special degree. You don't need anything really. You just need a business, and you need somewhere to sell your patterns. And whether that's Ravelry, Etsy, your own website, wherever, you can do that. And so it's really great. I will say, I started out on Ravelry, and that was all I did, and I gave up on Etsy. Now Etsy is my biggest income maker, or I sell the most patterns on there, and therefore making my biggest income. But I also have my website, which makes money through ad revenue. I have Ravelry. I have my patterns on several, like, yarn or craft sites, that sell my patterns for me, and we split the costs, or we split the profits. And what else? I have my book, so I make income from my book. So like I said, there's a lot of moving parts to different resources and different sources of income, to where you can really make crochet pattern designing a full-time job. Very, very possible, and do what you love to do. So that would be my best advice. Use your resources. Get the information you need. Ask questions. Ask other designers. Check out Pam's Crochet Business Academy. Check out Christine's course. And use those resources. Ask those questions. Do what you need to do, and figure out ways to make money doing what you love. And that's what I've done, and I absolutely love it. And it's just the best thing ever. So that's my crochet journey. 10 years in the making, and it's exciting to look back and see all that I've done. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to answer them for you about designing or anything. Yeah, I hope you'll check back again next week for a new video. And like I said, subscribe to this channel, and have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching.